Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing a building video. This is actually for Dark Green Jen's house. The idea is this was like a house brought to the family from her dowry, but because Joffrey blew through all of their money, they have to move into the dower house to pay off his debts. We will place a bunch of mortgage shrubs that they will need to get rid of later on, but yeah. I didn't really have a solid idea going in. I just knew that I wanted it to be a little kooky, a little fun. Obviously it needed to be dark green. I was leaning Tudor just because that's my favorite. And yeah, that's really all I got to say about that. I like those stairs because there was just a little bit of green on the edges, and then I wasn't sure quite where I wanted to place them, but I ended up putting them there. Not too much exciting going on. I think by the time this video comes out, the Great Spay will have taken place. Uncertain. This is being recorded on the 23rd. So, and the Great Spay is the 30th of July. But once that happens, we can finally release them from the room. Obviously, they're going to recover first, but I'm excited to finally have them interact with the rest of the household and confirm once and for all, are they a good match for us, or was this just kind of a foster experience? We might be putting an offer in a house, which is exciting, but like, I'm hesitant to talk about it because there's too many unknown variables. So I'm just kind of hanging tight and just seeing what happens. Because this market's insane and it's already so expensive, and I'm just like, ugh. But who knows? Maybe it'll be okay and I won't have to worry anymore. But it's on my mind because I talked to the realtor today again. For some reason the ad, it didn't say this before when we looked at it, but it now says cash only, and I'm like, oh no. Because usually that means there's something wrong with it and they won't approve a loan, and obviously I don't got that kind of money, so definitely can't do a cash only offer. So we're gonna try to go contingent on it and just see, but the realtor's just gonna talk to him and see if it's even, if it's a non-starter. Because obviously their agent doesn't want to waste time, so they'll tell us, yeah, it is cash because of XYZ, and we'll go, okay, well then, boo. It does tick a lot of the boxes. And that's always hard when it ticks the boxes. We did 2 years ago now, make an offer in a house, and we ended up, there was a bidding war, and we got completely outbid. Because a lot of buyers are coming in from other areas with cash in hand, and that does suck when you don't have a pile of money like most people and you just can't compete. Like, there's, especially with the way houses are priced right now, especially in the West Coast. I know East Coast houses are a little bit cheaper, and Midwest, but in the markets that I've been in, which are Phoenix and now Las Vegas, the markets are really crazy. It's, hey, do you have $500,000? Oh, you do? Great. Here's a regular stick-built house with an HOA for $650,000. And it's just like, but there's not even an upgraded one, just like bare bones basic stuff. It's wild. Like, I think I've mentioned it before, I grew up basically following realtors around because my stepmother, my aunt, my stepmother's mother, like, they were all realtors. So instead of getting a babysitter, I just went with them to open houses, went with them to showings. Like, that's what I did. Hung out in the realtor's office, input data into MLS. Like, so to see the market now, I'm just like, what is happen? I mean, I know what's happening, but it's still shocking. It's never not going to be shocking, the current state of things. But more so that. And that's why this particular property we've been looking at is... I'm very wary about it because it's underpriced in the market. It's still overpriced, but it's underpriced in the market. And I know that the roof needs to be redone at some point. I'm not afraid of that. The pool is empty, will need to be refinished. I'm not afraid of that. But like other houses that are more than this, I saw a house with black mold. Black mold! Like confirmed. Sell for $500,000. I saw a house that had literally been a drug lab and would need to go through all the remediation and cleanup and all of that for $450,000. I've seen houses that have a giant hole in the roof from a tree or burned out, like all kinds of crazy things, all over $400,000. So this one is like, I'm like, what is going on? What is the deal? It could be the cash thing, but again, it was priced that way before that was added, so I don't know. I don't know. As I said, like, I looked at it. We went there. I don't see any obvious repairs. I don't see anything crazy wrong with it. The roof even isn't that bad. It's been repaired a bunch, and there's a little bit of sagging, but, like, there's not a tree through it. So I'm just like, what is the deal? Because we have a lot of very specific needs that we need for a home, which is also making it a little bit difficult. And one of the main things is I don't want an HOA. Neither of us do. And that's really hard for anything, basically. 2000s and newer, HOAs are rampant. Everyone has an HOA. And it's like, you think that they're good, but like, the odds of getting a bad one are not insignificant. And then there's also the matter of a totally normal fine HOA could go bananas just by somebody getting in there and making a bunch of weird rule changes. So that's why I don't like them. Because if I want to paint my house bright purple, I don't want somebody to basically put a lien on my house and take it away from me, because I did. Like, that's the sort of shenanigans that I don't like with HOAs. So, yeah, it's just on my mind. That's all. And I'm building a house in The Sims, so like, I'm really thinking about houses at this point. But I am excited to play in this particular house with Joffrey and Miette and company, whoever makes it. Use a lot of different windows and things. Like, it's not a small house, but it's definitely not as grand as Joffrey's used to, but it's his own dang fault. I don't know if there's ever going to be a point where I'm not, like, slightly jump scared by his name. Because Game of Thrones, obviously, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe my Joffrey will override that Joffrey. That's really all that's happening. Like, I mean, I'm having a craft day tomorrow, which is very exciting for me personally, because my D&D groups, you know, we go out and do other things. Obviously, we went out to coffee the other day, and we got to talking about crafts and feeling like our real hobbies are just collecting hobbies, and how one person had bought a soap making kit, another person was trying to learn how to crochet, and like, we don't make the time to do it. And I was like, why don't we just have a finish your craft day? Because I personally have a giant pegboard cross-stitch project that I peck at, but like, I get bored and I don't want to do it. Like, I want the finished product, but I don't want to sit there and do it because it's tedious. But like, not like sewing can be, where you could almost mindlessly sew something and not have to really think about it. If you're doing the same stitch and you're just going in a straight line, like, you don't even have to think. Whereas with this, I have to count the stitches constantly. I have to make sure that I'm not losing little bits of the yarn. There's a lot of prep work involved because the yarn wants to unravel, so I have to super glue it, and then it's stuck to my finger. It's a whole situation that I do not enjoy. But it's gonna look so good when it's done. I saw it on Pinterest and I was like, I want that. But I should have, in retrospect, done some void space, because now I've got to do the whole board. And it's huge. It's a gigantic pegboard. I just want to snap my fingers and have it be done. But like, there's also the satisfaction of doing it yourself, so I don't know. That's why we're having the craft day, is so that we can all just work on the things. And then like, because we're together in a group, there might be that little edge of judgment of like, well, we're here, why aren't you working on it? So I hope that'll help me. My D&D groups have been going pretty good though. They're all still running, although the one has some attendance issues, but yeah, so far it's nice. I'm starting officially my 4th table, because they're all once a month tables, so it's not a ton, and most of them are modules. This new table is going to be a homebrew custom world, but it's a randomized world, so it's all decided either by these random dice that I roll before the thing, so it decides what they're gonna do, who they're gonna fight, what type of area they're in, and then I build from there. So I'm not completely building a world from nothing. I'm taking I generated a kingdom using a generator, and so or like a whole world map basically. It's set there. And then I roll the dice to determine specifics and get more and more into it. And I love that, so I'm having a great time. I didn't want to do all custom worlds because I just got afraid, especially because I was getting back into being a DM after so long of not doing it, so I wanted to do modules as just like the easy way. I wouldn't have to plan if I didn't want to. And it worked out. We played through the whole Wolves of Stedwick, which was incredible. 10 out of 10. It actually made me think of game mechanics that I never thought about before, like weather. I didn't give a lot of thought to that. Also random events that can happen just while traveling in general, like actually paying attention to the time that it is in the game. Never really thought about that before, and I think that it is in many ways was the best way possible, like to come back into it, because I wasn't set in like, this is how I do things. And so I'm like, oh, I know that I never did this before, but like, I would like to incorporate this in my regular, DM arsenal. Admittedly, I would love if I didn't have to DM everything, but like, I'm a forever DM. I have accepted this role. I have at least 2 games where I don't have to DM, and I'm gonna count myself blessed on that. Yeah, I'm just doing finishing touches here, landscaping, that sort of thing. I really like how this turned out. I think it's cute. I didn't want it to be too run down, even though like they're meant to have no money, because even if the nobles were broke, they would be able to borrow and put things on credit, so like they still could live like they had money. I just wanted it to be like downsized a little bit. And I think it's cute. I think it's a cute house. Not that we're gonna move in. Well, we might. I don't know. I'm not sure when I'm gonna have to move in. Because he's still off traveling, so he hasn't really hit the point where he's like finished with that and wants to be a family man, which will be interesting. I can't imagine Joffrey as a family man. I mean, he's gonna have to be, but like, I'm so used to, of course, his father was just, Sylvester was not a parent. He was just, no. He's like, yeah, no, Ariel can handle that. I'm still crushed that she died. I knew it was gonna happen, but like, it's sad. But that's what the mod is for, because I would never do it myself. So I put stuff like that in the game, because I just know. I'm like, no, I will let them live forever. I will not let go. Will not make that decision. But we're pretty much done. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're struggling with the home buying process, as I am, solidarity, man. We just gotta stick together and hope that maybe the world won't be on fire one day. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really does help. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.